Hello and welcome to another video. So in this one I'm going to be looking at my first ever race I did on iRacing. So I'm going to get straight into my qualifying lap here, which I forgot to record at the time, so we're just watching it through the replay. So you can see we're at Laguna Seca in the Mazdas. So obviously this isn't in the rookies class to start with. And I'd spent most of my time getting my wheel and everything set up. And I think I got it alright, and then I didn't have too much practice because I wanted to get into a race because I already know this track, and I think I didn't do too bad considering it was my first race. So as you can see, qualifying lap going okay so far. Probably not the quickest, but not made any mistakes yet. Coming round to the left here, trying to get on the power as early as possible for this uphill. And then this is an awkward corner, this left-hander. It's a bit of a brake, bit of a lift. I do think you can do it with just a lift, but at this time I wasn't quite confident with that yet. So, and then corkscrew again, another awkward corner. So coming down into first round, trying to get out fast, which I think I did quite well there. It feels much nicer this track than it does on other games. I'm not a huge fan of this track, to be perfectly honest, but I had some good races with this. Now coming round to the final corner now, braking at the 2 mark, locking up a little bit there, which was something I was trying to get used to with my first couple of attempts. Obviously the way the tyres, you do feel them lock if you brake too hard on this, and across the line. So that put us in second place. And I didn't quite know how to do the starts, so I left it in neutral and accelerated, and then when the lights changed put it into first. But I don't know if you can stay in first, because as you'll see, people behind definitely got a better start than I did. So as you can see here, we're just going to keep it on the outside. We've got a card on the left on the inside, so we're going to stick to the outside. We also don't want any contact, so we're just going to take it easy. And you see we're going to go really far wide to the outside, let them all have incidents on the inside. We get a 0x there. I think that blue card gave us a little contact, but the pink card in first gets through and us in second get through, so just keeping on the outside there turned out to be a good thing because we held position. So now we'll see, can we follow this pink car through? Will he have more speed? As you see the car behind sort of looking for the move, but I don't think he's going to go for a move there, but he does, so I'll give him space just in case. It's an awkward place to go for a move, but I think he ends up 3 wide, as you see there, and they have something happen, and then he has to back out because it's an awkward place to be side by side, and he slows himself massively down, so that allows me in first place to run away here, which is what we wanted. So we're just going to watch a replay of that start to see what happened. So as you see, the 2, maybe even the 3 cars behind us all got a better start than me and the guy in first did. So as you can see, we're the black card on the outside there. So we're just going to keep it all the way to the outside. The black card on the inside goes through. Oh, a white car comes storming in there and takes out 2 cars. Yeah, and that car just spins out by the looks of it, and we managed to hold position around the outside. So I think we took the best option there, sticking to the outside. You know, the inside's normally where you want to be, but for us there, I think the outside was the best option because it kept us away from the carnage. But you see that blue and white car behind did get a run on us, but I'm sort of surprised maybe that he went for the move here, but he did it clean. I maybe give him a bit too much space, which meant I got a poor exit. See, but then, oh, he comes across on that black car, and that's why there was contact between them, slowing them down. And then you see here, he just has to take such a narrow angle into that corner, he slows them both way down. So back to the racing here, so we're coming up to the corkscrew, and we definitely have a different line through there than the car in front by the looks of it. We definitely come narrower, so I think we've maybe got a better line there, but we've definitely got a worse line through that corner. And in my first few races I was struggling with that corner. I think I got it down a bit better later on, but just finding it very awkward, that left down the hill after the corkscrew. And then into the final corner, which again I think early on I wasn't maybe doing the best. I think I was braking too early a lot. And you see there, I was getting the mouse to change the MFD, because get the relative on, because I didn't think about that before the race, and I didn't know if I'd mapped it to a button, and if I had, what button it was, so I had to get the mouse on the straight there. But as you can see now, we've got the relative on, so we've got Adrian in front of us, so we're just going to try and stay with him throughout the laps if we can, and see if we can maybe go for a move on him. You see there, he's getting a good run, but we are staying in. We're 0.8 behind him, so we are keeping with him in a 1.5 second gap behind us to Florian, so we'll see how it goes from here on. And we definitely got a better run through that corner than Adrian up ahead, and maybe I think we got a better run through the left-hander there as well, so we've really gained on him now coming up to the corkscrew, so we're going to be right behind him. So we let off early just to try and make sure we get a good line. Yeah, and he definitely goes deeper into the corkscrew than I do. But as I said here, I was just really struggling with this corner. I could never quite seem to get the car into that left-hand apex in the first couple of races I did. Oh, and then he hits the sausage there, and that sends him off. Will we get a run? No, he manages to hold it enough, so there's nowhere for us to go there. So just going to try and get a good exit. He uses more of the curb there, so I think we can maybe run wider on the track limits there than I was. But again, we're just going to stay with him, 0.4 now and 1.6 behind, so we've gained on the guy in front, but we're still keeping the guy behind as far behind. You see a little lock up there causing the car to twitch, but we managed to recover it by going for a late second apex, and we get the exit, which gets us alongside. And it looks like he's backed out. No, he hasn't. He's keeping it in. So we come. Oh no! We've made contact. I didn't quite know what happened there, but contact has been made. So unfortunately, we got the lead, but we lost it fairly quickly. So we'll go back and have a look at what happened there. So as we watch, I get the run, get fully down the inside. He gives plenty of space. Yeah, it gives plenty of space, but just misjudged how far I was when I tried to come back to the racing line, so that's all on me, that unfortunately, just new to the game, judging the distances. So as you see, he gets a poor exit from his onboard here, and he gives me space on the inside, and as you see, I think I'm past him, but I'm not quite past him, and I just give him a tap, so my fault that, unfortunately, but said new to the game, so these things can happen. So we get our first off-tracks and contact because of that, unfortunately. But I think we've shown there, we've definitely got the pace on this guy, but that little incident has allowed the guy behind to catch up. So we're going to see, can we get right back on the back of Adrian again and maybe get a move somewhere else? Because we're definitely getting the run on him in places here. So I think we've got the pace. Got through there much better that time, but then it's left-hander. Can I get it into the apex this time? No. See again, I just can't seem to get the car turned into that apex, and as you'll see in the mirror now, that Florian behind is right behind us. Another mistake at that right-hander, but not going to be able to capitalise, so we have to brake early to not hit him, and we're going to try and get the run out the corner, but that gets Florian right up in us, so there's 0.6 separating the three of us now. So we want to be going for the move, but we've got to be careful of the car behind now as well. So coming into turn one, what can we do here? No, just brake. Oh, again we've run a little deep, but that allows us to switch back for the second apex and get the power down earlier, which we do, but he doesn't make a mistake this time. So again, coming round to the right, he hits that sausage. I think I hit it sometimes, he seems to hit it every time, but look, we've definitely got the pace on him here, I think. We're just about trying to get that move done. And we've dropped Florian behind again, so I think me and Adrian here have got the pace on everybody else in this field, so hopefully we can get the move done on him and run away and take it home for the victory. And again, he definitely brakes more than I do through that left-hander, which gives us a really good run again. Are we going to be able to go anywhere coming into the corkscrew? we'll get alongside, but no, we just back out because we're never going to be fully alongside there. So best to just back out and live to fight another day with that one. But again, just sort of putting the pressure on. He's slowing us down, and it is allowing Florian to catch back up. So we've got to watch out for Florian. So coming round to the right now, he gets that corner much better this time. So into the final corner, see what we can do. And look from behind, I just missed it. Absolutely misses his braking point by a mile there, Florian. But if you see, I think he does slow down here. See, he lets us back through, but very annoying because I think we had the pace, and that's made that gap in front to 3.5 seconds now, and still growing. So let's look at that again. Let's see what happens here. So we brake. He just doesn't brake. I think he picks the wrong marker. I think he's using the white line maybe as a marker, and he's gone for the wrong white line if we watch from on board. So instead of braking there, see, he's just misjudged which one he's at and totally messed up. So I think it's total error there, and if we listen, you see, he just lifts off. So I think he definitely accepts that that's his fault there and lets me back through. So very annoying, but we accept that one. These things happen. It was clearly a mistake, so we carry on. So, but we've shown we have the pace on Adrian, so can we catch up to Adrian and maybe put him under pressure again, see if we can still go for the win? But as I said, the negative now is we've got a car right behind us now, so we're going to concentrate more behind us, which is maybe going to put us off, but we'll see what we can do. So what's that gap now? 3.8 seconds, 3.7, 3.6, 3.5, so it's coming down. So I definitely think we've got the pace in areas on Adrian to catch him back up. It's just about whether we can catch him back up in the time left, because we're coming up to the halfway point in this race now. And then coming up to the corkscrew again. Can brake later this time, not going to car in front, but we do go deep, make a silly mistake there, and that's going to allow Florian right in behind us. Again, this left-hander, can we get it into the apex? Oh, nearly. I think that's the closest we've been to the apex on that corner. So you see, braking a bit later than me again behind. So the only problem with Florian having hit me before, I'm getting nervous now because he's hit me. What, see, I lifted off the brakes there and went deep deliberately because I was worried about him hitting me. So unfortunately, I'd say the worst thing about his contact is actually it's put me off because I'm now scared with him behind me. So that's meaning we're no longer gaining on Adrian, we're actually losing time to Adrian, because I'm not able to just concentrate on my lines because I'm worried about Florian outbraking himself again. Well, let's see what we can do, because as I said, I think we definitely have the pace. We'll be a lot more aggressive on that curve now because we are pushing to try and catch up. But we're not really gaining at the moment. Florian is still right there behind us, so we've got pressure on us, and by the looks of it, Florian is quicker through the final part of the lap than I am, even though I do seem to have the better of it in the early part of the lap. So we're going to have to be careful coming towards the end again. See, but Adrian must be taking it very easy now, because on that fast left we gain nearly a second on him there just through that one corner. So oh, but it looks like we're coming up to a back marker. Are we had an issue? Oh no, that time is staying stable, is it, or is it coming down? Can't tell, it seems to come down and then stop, so there may be an issue coming up at some point for us to get round. See, but again in that last corner, Florian just brakes a lot later than me. You can see him close on the brakes at that corner, and unfortunately I think I was letting it distract me too much, which is what's preventing me chasing down first place, because as I said, I do think we have the pace, but also I didn't know if I had any damage. I don't think I did. I think it was, see, but you see again there, I just give him the corner because I panicked that he's clearly missed his braking, but he did make the corner. So I suppose he did it fair, but that's what made it annoying, because I'm then having to concentrate on him, when, as I said, I think I had the pace to chase down first place. So now we've got to fight on to get second now, and we do want that second place back, because, as I said, I think we've been a bit harsh done by in this race with that incident, because I think the win was on the cards. Runs a bit wide there, Florian, so can we get up on the back of him? As we said, I think on both of these I seem to have the run coming through this left-hander, but not that time. I go a bit deep, so I have to wait to get on the power so I don't run wide. So coming into the corkscrew now. Again, can we get it? Yep, nail both apexes again. Oh no, cut it a little bit that time, unfortunately. Let's go. And again, missed that apex, just cannot seem to get the car turned in for that apex properly. And miss that apex now as well, so we're missing apexes all over the place here. But my braking has been getting later on that final corner, so I think I'm improving there just in this race. Again, as you see there, we're right up onto the back of Florian again, because I do think he maybe brakes a bit too late on that final corner, because he does seem to go deep a lot of the time, and the same on this first corner. He's very late with his braking, and as you see, he goes quite deep again, but he still manages to get the run out, so nothing we can do at the moment. And I was thinking at this point, I don't know if I had any damage on the car, or if it was just sort of mental, you know, driving a bit worse with the pressure because of the accident having happened and me thinking about it, or if there was any damage on the car. It was hard to tell, but I did still seem to have the pace in areas, so I think the car was maybe alright. It was maybe just a little bit putting pressure on myself, with obviously worrying about Florian having hit me once and not wanting it to happen again. You see, can we get the run on him here? I do think we got a bit of a run, but we're not going to have enough of a run to look for anything. As I said, I do think that's where we've got the pace, but if you actually look, now that I'm behind Florian and not putting him under as much pressure as he was sort of braking late at every corner trying to get right on the back of me, you know, whereas I'm sort of giving him not giving him space. I want to get past him if I get the chance, but I'm not trying to force anything quite yet. So, and we are catching up to first by the looks of it, so could there be a three-way fight to first? Might not quite be enough laps left, but see, he goes deep again there, and we just have to turn in too tight to give him space on the outside, so we get a poor exit, which is unfortunate there, because we could have maybe gone for it down into turn one otherwise. So can we do anything on this lap to get any closer? He gets a much better corner that time. We get in for that second apex again, but no, not got a run on him. We'll be aggressive on that curb. Again, can we get a run coming down here? He's double braked. His brake going in and then had to brake because he's missing the apex, so can we get the run? But don't think we get a good enough corner. And again, see, we're just starting to miss most apexes now, so that's not going to help us in our attempt to get second place back. But there, do we get the run? We do. Again, see, we're much better through that left-hander. I think that's where a lot of our pace is, but to go for a move into the corkscrew, you're going to have to be fully alongside, really. So we're right up on the back of him again, and you see first he's much closer now, but again, I think we've missed that apex on every single lap now. Again, can we get the power down quicker? Much better right-hander. Coming to the final corner now. Will Florian go deep again? No, he doesn't this time, but we do close up on him. And we've got the white flag now, so we're coming on to the last lap now. And you see the leader's actually not that far ahead of us anymore, but he's still too far ahead for us to catch, I think. So can we find anywhere to go for the move on this final lap to maybe get second place back? And no, just run it a little deep, which does get you to cut back into the second apex. but not quite able to get a run. So we need a couple of smooth corners here so we can be right on the back of him, coming through that fast left-hander, I think, because I think that's going to be our best chance looking at where we've had the pace over him. So again, we need a good left-hander here. So braking just after that white line, get it into the apex, power down as early as possible. Right, so good run up the hill, and we have got the run on him here, so we just need to have a good left-hander here. Can we get the run? We do get a good corner, but he manages to get a good enough corner, I think, there. Yeah, he does well enough to prevent us getting a good enough run. So we're not going to be able to try anything here. So we're going to get right behind him, see if we can put some pressure on. And we're all over the back of him now. Last couple of corners, but this corner that we don't like coming up, yeah. And we totally missed the apex again, but we're still right on him. So will he make a mistake in these final two corners? No, it's us that runs a little bit wide there. Yeah, and we've got nowhere to go, we're not alongside. Will he outbrake himself though? No, he cuts it back and parks it on the apex. Good defensive drive in there. And as you see, we've caught right back up to first place, so a little bit annoyed with that race, but it was a very fun race other than that one incident. And as you see from the results here, we finished third place. We did have the fastest lap of anyone. So I do think the win was on there, but unfortunately not to be. But some good racing anyway, other than that incident. So if you've liked the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.